That's me again. This is Heather. And Tom, I'm glad you brought it up. I was hesitant to do so, but I'm curious, and this is a little bit out there, but I feel safe. Um, Marcia, is there a way to talk about what our lives as women in this day and age would be like being a person who let's say, becomes pregnant and then is making this consideration of possibly um, terminating the pregnancy. Um, I understand because I'm a woman and I know women who have gone through this, how we came to this point societally where we would consider that to be like, this is our right and this is a thing that we can think about doing. Um, Not because the baby or mom is in danger, not because of any of the other extenuating circumstances, but because it's just bad timing. And I have been spending time imagining what the world looks like moving forward, where women are safe, um, and what it would look like to be perhaps a woman in that situation if she was living in a society where she was safe and she knew she would be cared for in some way. Would we have the need for services like abortion if we were living in this new paradigm?
Yeah, so much nuance within this. So you may have to repeat that question to me like a couple times to make sure that I answer that. But first, I'm going to just speak a little bit to what Spirit has shown me on this, and of course, only take what feels true to to you, whoever's listening to this. This topic had come up probably about 15 years ago with some friends, and my friends and I had, asked Spirit, like, please talk to us about this topic because it's a very sensitive topic, and there's multiple perspectives here. So the first is that the divine feminine recognizes all of life, and it believes that all of life is sacred and cherishes all of life for however long that life is in form and out of form. And also recognizes that this planet and this universe is a free will universe. So when a soul chooses to come to this place, it is understanding on some level that it is going into a physical vehicle that may or may not welcome it or choose for it to be there. And so, on a human level, it's easy to have a lot of thoughts and decisions and feelings about this, but this is purely from Spirit's perspective, what I'm offering here. And that even if a soul chooses to enter a womb and that person chooses not to have that soul be birthed through them, there are codes and specific physical light codes that you can only receive being in physical form. So even if that soul was only here for a short amount of time, they may have received the exact codes they needed for their next experience, journey, adventure, incarnation, whatever you want to call it. So God, once again, uses all things for good. Spirit will always use whatever decision is made on a free will level, will always be brought to its highest form of divine justice in the spiritual realms. Like souls will always be given their highest sourced outcome, no matter what a free will decision might be on the physical level. So I'm not sure if that makes any sense, but to answer your question, there will always be a need for sovereignty. There will always be a need for free will on this particular planet. And if that reality that you spoke of were available, absolutely, this would be a completely different issue from Spirit's perspective. And many souls would absolutely no longer choose the same path because they simply would not need to. So I'm not sure if that helps. Um, there's only been one time from Spirit's perspective where I've felt uh, not the word judgment, but perhaps discouragement. And that was there were clients who were using that as birth control over and over and over again. And what spirit showed me to offer them was the karma that we are creating in the fourth dimension with certain entities and with certain um, beings that we would not want to be creating karma with when we are doing things of that nature. So spirit will never judge us, but will say, like, this is what you are creating. This is the energy that you are creating. And, we will have to take responsibility for that energy at some point, in some way.
Thank you.